the only person responsible for my feelings is myself. And I'm the only person who can control how I feel. And what I'm trying to say is that if I see somebody and I have a negative feeling or thought of, towards that person, it's because something is wrong with me.
Welcome to the Motive for Life radio show. This is Robert Christensen. Thank you for joining me in our continued series of interviews with average men and women who have decided to elevate their self-worth because they were tired of getting what they're getting, change their self-sabotage behavior, and move to the next level. Geraldine Campo is a woman who joined us in our mastermind. And I have to say, her story is fantastic. The pivot she made in her life and how she applied the elevation of self-worth to her current situation to get what she wants was just nothing short of fantastic. Enjoy this conversation. Hey, Geraldine, how are you doing?
Hi, Robert. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you for joining me from Miami.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, this series has been really, really kind of neat because we're taking everyday people and who have gone through either the mastermind courses or read the books or done whatever they have done and stuff like that, and just talk about their own personal journey. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and just talk about how you came about running across the book or some of these teachings about self-worth.
Yeah. So I met you through somebody else. He talked to me about the book, and I opened up myself to this person, and he basically told me I have the right tool for you. So he told me about the book. I got the book. I read the book, and it was just what I needed at that moment in my life.
So what was it that you, in hindsight, what was it that you needed?
Honestly, I needed to understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And let me tell you, I was reading the book, and it was actually, I want to say, hard for me to read it because it opened up so many things that I had in the back of my mind, but I never really analyzed anything from my childhood. And you have your own story. I have my own story. You have your own childhood. I have my own. But in certain way, I can relate myself to whatever happened in your life. So I don't know, I was just reading the book, and as I was reading, I was like, oh my God, this is like, it felt like you wrote the book for me. And I started to basically think about my childhood and my personality, because I have I don't know, a very specific personality. And
Well, you're very sharp. I mean, you got a lot of energy. I can see that right away.
Right? 100%. And I'm those type of people who people either love me or hate me. And like you said, I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it. I was just like, I am who I am, and I don't care if you like it or not. And then when I was reading, I started to realize why I am who I am and how my behavior affected other people and myself. So I learned so many things. I learned how I wasn't able to process my own emotions. I wasn't able to express myself, to understand myself, to understand others, which is like key in life.
It really is, isn't it? Being able to connect.
Amazing, 100%. And it completely changed me. I used to be really judgmental,
Yeah.
and I will find so many negative things on every single person.
So
And
let's talk about that for a second. So you know, we can see those people in our lives now, right? You can, now that you know what to look for,
mhm.
you can see that. It's like that. So why, what about you now that it's changed where you're not talking like that?
The only person responsible for my feelings is myself.
Mhm.
And I'm the only person who can control how I feel. And what I'm trying to say is that if I see somebody and I have a negative feeling or thought of, towards that person, it's because something is wrong with me. And maybe wrong is a strong word, but
It's
when,
your responsibility.
yeah, 100%, when you judge other people, that's only a reflection of how you feel about yourself. It's like other people can do and look and, yeah, basically do whatever they want, look however they want. That is their problem. That is not my problem. So why would I go out of my way and have this negative energy inside of me and think, oh, what an ugly person?
Well,
Oh,
you
this person.
just connected a pretty serious piece of the teaching there when you connect that. Why am I having negative thoughts towards that person who I don't even know?
100%, yeah.
What, right? And then, but then now with that knowledge, what did you do? I mean, how did you, that must have
Well,
been a real moment for you to realize that, oh, wow, I'm having these negative thoughts, but there's something inside me that's causing those negative thoughts, not that the other person is causing the negative thoughts.
100%. And I realized, so I guess 4 years ago, I started to gain weight.
Mhm.
And I started to lose all this weight, this extra weight, about a year ago.
Mhm.
And I started to change the way I felt about myself started to change. And I realized that since I wasn't happy with the way I looked, I would judge other people. Other people will look ugly, and it's not about them, it's about myself. I felt ugly. So since I felt ugly, I needed to find other people ugly as myself.
To
And
validate.
yeah, and it's exhausting, and I don't know. I don't want to feel that way ever again. It was so dark. And let me tell you, I'm really, really happy that I don't feel that way anymore. And one thing that I do now, I honestly I don't have those feelings anymore.
Mhm.
I don't find people ugly anymore. And
When did you realize that you weren't thinking that way anymore?
when I was reading the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was clicking for you that I have a choice.
Yeah, 100%. Because you talk
And what,
about that in the book.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a, well, that's part of the whole ownership, right? If I want to raise my own self-worth, then I have to take ownership of the voices in my head,
Yeah. Yeah.
which come from someplace, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They
100%.
came from somewhere. At some point, somebody gave me those voices.
Yes. Yes. And it's amazing when you remove that negative language from your life. It's like right now, completely chill. I don't really care about anything. Meaning, like, I don't care if other people, what other people do or look or whatever. That's their problem. And it feels amazing. Let me tell you, it's been amazing.
That's been great. So what's going on with you now? How are you? What's life with this new with this change in you, and how are things happening for you now?
Right. So after I read the book, I was, well, when I read the book, I was feeling, I was in a dark place. I wasn't happy with my job, and I felt pretty stuck. And, you know, to find a new job is not that hard. What's hard is to find the right job for you. And
For sure.
I wanted something, I want to say pretty specific. And I wrote everything down, and, you know, I thought about it. This is what I want. This is the type of job I like, et cetera, and I found it. It was, so I got a new job, and
Hey, congratulations.
so, thank you. This job is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted, and I got a bunch of opportunities, and I knew what I wanted, so I went for the one that felt right.
And you wrote down what you want in advance.
Yes, yes.
You got specific.
Yes, yes.
Which is one of the things we talk about, right? Is being very specific.
Yes, yes. I was super specific, and it's crazy because this job it's not common. It's not something that you find anywhere, and I found it. I don't know how. I don't know. It was.
Wait. You do know how. Let's back up.
No, I mean, yeah, of course I did.
Okay, come on. No, let's do. This is really important because I think it's going to be a good moment for both you and I to talk about, because you took exactly the action to be specific. And in the practice that we go through, we believe that being specific tells the universe, the law of attraction, exactly what I want. And it delivered. Yeah. Which puts us in a very scary position, because when we realize we have that kind of power, right, we all of a sudden kind of pull back and we say, wait, you know, I got lucky, I did this type of thing. It's like that when the process works. And so has it thrown you in a bit of a red zone? Have you found yourself
100%? Yeah.
So tell me how the red zone comes up for you. How does it show up?
Right. So like I mentioned before, I lost a bunch of weight last year, 60 pounds. And
60. 60.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
So I reached my goal at the beginning of December last year.
Yep.
And I've been trying to keep the weight off. So I've been doing great. It's been kind of hard, but I haven't gained weight. So when I started at this new job, I gained 14 pounds in the first month. Because I was learning a bunch of new things. They were teaching me a bunch of new things. And I was like, you know what, this is a lot for me. And I'm not able to take care of myself and take care of the new job at the same time. So I'm just gonna let go one thing, and I'm gonna put all my attention on my new job, and gained 14 pounds in a month.
So your red zone behavior is eating.
It's actually fast food. It's eating fast food.
It's eating fast food. So the self-care around fast food are the best. We talked about that in one of the courses, right? We said self-care around how do I eliminate bad food in my life. And so you know me, I told you about this. Mine is sugar, right? And ice cream and stuff like that, you know? And so I get it. I totally get it. So here you are. You've had all of these huge successes, right? Going way above your upper limit, like losing 60 pounds, finding the specific job that you want in your life, things like that. And every single human is going to enter the red zone. Everyone, no matter where you are, from the presidents of the United States down to just somebody going through high school, right? Or elementary, we're all going to do it. And so thank you for sharing that. So how have you balanced that? Have you been able to get a hold of it, or is it still a little tricky?
No, so at the beginning, that first month, I was like, I told myself, you know what, whatever happens, happen. I mean, don't stress about it. You're gonna have time for that later. And after that month, I took ownership of my habits and went back to my original weight. And I'm doing fine now. I'm
Good for you. How's the job?
Let me tell you, it's amazing. But before we talk about that, I want to tell you something that I realized, and this is why I feel it's so important to think about your childhood. So when I was a kid, my mom was obsessed with the Happy Meal from McDonald's, and she will collect all these toys from the Happy Meal because she loved it. It was like, for her, it was the biggest thing ever. And I guess she needed an excuse. So every single week on Friday, she will pick me up at school and tell me, you know what, you were an amazing kid this week. I'm gonna give you a gift. And that gift is a Happy Meal from McDonald's. So let me tell you, I hate fast food. I think it's disgusting. But when I'm feeling down, I need it. 100%.
You need that because you need that mother love.
I need that comfort. I need to feel how I felt 26 years ago, and my mom taking care of me. And it's amazing when you realize.
I'm so glad you connected those dots. Were you reading that story about ice cream with me and my mom?
Yeah.
The book. Yeah, right. That was how she would show me love, right? We would sit down and have ice cream.
100%. And then you think about it, and it's like, it's so hard to let go of that feeling.
Oh, it so is.
I think it's a constant battle. And I'm telling you, I don't like fast food at all. I think it's, I don't even want to talk about it. But sometimes I need it. Like when I started working at this new place, I started to eat fast food again because I needed that comfort. And it's unbelievable.
That's really insightful. I mean, with Geraldine, with this new ability of seeing into yourself, your own personal transparency, you have a gift that so many folks don't get because they don't take the time to look at these connections or make those connections. And I'm so happy for you that you got that. So okay, so let's go to the next one. How's it going with the job? What's going on?
Okay, it's going amazing.
Good.
And actually, so now I'm in this new stage of my life where, I've been meditating since the beginning of the year, and I try to do it every single day. And I'm really calmed, and now I'm able to manage my feelings better. And one thing, and I wanted to thank you for it, because I everything came from the book. So one thing that I'm practicing is what I was saying at the beginning. Everybody is responsible for their own feelings. So this is a really, really, really big company, like hundreds of people, and there's any type of people, like people who's always happy, people who's always angry, people who's really rude for no reason. And I've come across a couple of people who were kind of rude to me, and I wasn't even talking to them. Like it was something random that happened. And a year ago, I would be so angry at these persons. Like I will hold grudges, and I will be like, I hate this person, and that type of feeling. But now it's like, I feel like, you know what, maybe this person was having a bad day, or maybe this person is just rude because they want to be rude and they chose that life, and that's their problem. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna feel bad because somebody decided to behave that way. And
what a freedom.
100%, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, you just don't have that rolling around in your head anymore and that constant spinning. But here's the real miracle of that. It's not because the real solution happened because you have raised your self-worth, and somebody with higher self-worth decides not to pollute their brain with negative words and emotions.
Yeah.
And when you've made that decision, you release the other people, and then one of the most important lines of the gift is that believers and supporters surround me.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have believers and supporters around you. Then these people will
100%.
come and go.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the way I specifically chose to feel. And so I'm a designer, and I have a bunch of designers around me. Is a like I said, it's a large company, and I want to believe that they believe in me and they support me. I don't want to think any other way, because it's not worth it. I don't want to be in a battle with myself, thinking like, oh, they don't hate me, but I don't want to have those feelings either way, like, oh, these people hate me, they don't want me, they don't want to see me succeed. I don't want to have those feelings. So I choose to see them as believers and supporters all the time.
Fantastic. That's so fantastic. Geraldine, thank you so very much for sharing with us. This was not scripted. I really appreciate you just dropping in and talking to me about your journey, because I get, every day I get somebody telling me about what's happened and what's going on with the book and stuff like that, and I'm just so humbled to hear how somebody like you contacted me and said, hey, can I come along for the ride? I just spoke to another who was in the previous podcast that just got released this past weekend, was Emily, and she's in the UK.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, you should listen to her story. It's so good, because she's actually teaching it now. And she's teaching. Okay. So she just adopted it. She went through the book 4 times, and now she's using it in a practice to help some of the people she's helping, and she runs these little courses and stuff like that. And I just think that's so fantastic. Yeah. So I want to thank you so very much. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, thank you so much for everything. I'm so happy that I found this in my life, because it's been amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Well, you make it worth every single minute of it by telling me that and actually putting it into your life. It gives me great joy and deep value inside my chest. It makes me want to take a minute and breathe, right? Because it's so neat. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Thank you for joining us. And
thank you, Robert.
This has been a Motive for Life Productions, all rights reserved.